Oh, hello, Zach. Welcome. Come inside.
Oh, hi, Carl. Hello, Russ.
We heard this incident while we were staying in New Jersey.
Now, we are going to tell you about a thrilling true story we heard there, and we name it The Unexpected Murder.
So here we start. It was a cold, dark, and mysterious night. Moon was struggling to escape from the ruthless grip of the strange, dark clouds. Dogs were howling somewhere. Wind kissed the oak tree leaves. Sophie was repeatedly switching between various TV channels, and suddenly her eyes caught something interesting.
Coming up next, the breaking news of the hour. There is a psychotic murderer who has escaped from the state prison and is on a rampage. Two young women have already become victims, and they were from Grove Street.
Sophie was terrified. Grove Street was where her house was, and she was scared out of her wits when she realized that she was all alone in the house. Owls were hooting from nearby tree, and there was a light bulb flickering somewhere down the street.
Suddenly, Sophie heard a knock at the door. Her blood frothed in her veins. She slowly walked towards the door. Her legs were trembling. She opened the door, saw a pale man. He was around 40. His eyes were blood red. Sophie's heart skipped a beat when she noticed those eyes.
Excuse me, ma'am. Is this Rachel's house?
Who are you?
Robert, Rachel's friend. My car broke down, so for a while can I stay in your house until the mechanic arrives?
Sophie was already terrified seeing those eyes and objected bluntly, but the stubborn was repeatedly pestering her to let in.
Then make Rachel speak with me.
Rachel is very ill. She's sleeping upstairs. I can't wake her up. Please leave.
But the man was so stubborn that she thought up a plan.
She told the man to wait for a while and ran upstairs. She took a deep breath and then she adjusted her voice and mimicked Rachel, saying that she was ill.
Robert, I'm not feeling well. I will need rest. We'll meet you tomorrow.
After some time, she trotted downstairs. She opened the door cautiously and found those cold, blood-red eyes still staring at her.
Robert, I'm sorry.
Said Sophie in a feeble voice and shut the door at once.
Sophie tried to calm herself. She tried to watch something interesting on TV. She was startled when she heard the knock again on the door. Thinking it was Robert, she did not respond. She kept quiet, but the knock at the door was becoming louder and persistent. Finally, Sophie gathered some strength to find who was at the door. The moment she opened the door, a cold, icy hand gripped her. She was frozen to death in fear. There was an old man with a strange smile in his face and a racket bag over his shoulder, and next to him, standing impatiently, was Robert.
Oh, my child, get me a glass of water.
Said the old man. Sophie closed the door and scampered to the kitchen to get water. News was still flashing on the TV. She slowly let her hand outside the door with a glass of water. The cold, icy fingers took it. Suddenly the power went off. Only howling of dogs were heard in the distance. It was dead silence. And after that, a mysterious, psychotic, evil laughter was heard. The old man and Robert found that Sophie was gone with the door ajar. And when the light came again, Robert called out for Sophie. She was not there. Both the men stepped inside the house, calling for Sophie.
The TV was still flashing the breaking news. They went to the kitchen in search for her. Lights went off again. Then a cold hand crept over Robert's neck. He was petrified and started to yell. The old man was terrified and had no clue what was going on. Robert could feel the hand crushing his windpipe He was breathing hard, fighting for his life. Fortunately, the power resumed, but to their surprise, nobody was there, not even a minute sound. They trotted in fear to upstairs, thinking that Rachel could help them. The staircase creaked under their feet. The upstairs was dark. They could not find the switch of the light. Somehow, they found Rachel's bedroom. Robert knocked the door. No response. Their hearts were thumping hard. They slowly opened the door.
The room was dimly lit by the faint moonlight.
Rachel! Rachel!
Suddenly he felt a cold fluid in his feet. He suddenly jumped back like a cat on fire. The old man took out a torch from his bag. It was blood, pure blood. Rachel was lying dead in the pool of blood oozing from her open throat. Suddenly that psychotic laughter was again heard from her back. It was a gloomy figure in dark with a blood-dripping knife in its hands. The eerie figure approached them. The old man shone the torch towards the figure's face. The faces of the two men had the expression of cold death. The figure was none other than Sophie smiling back at them. So, how was it?
Awestruck.
Awesome! When do we get to hear another one?
For that, you all need to come on the 1st of December. You were listening to The Unexpected Murder. Main characters Akash Roy and Obhik Mojumdar as the narrators Daniel and Dylan. Shurojit Roy as Robert. Orghodeep Pal as the news reporter. Indradeep Shaha as the old man. Bidyut Purnamitra as Sophie. Sound effects editing, direction and concept by Akash Roy and Obhik Mojumdar.